Hello, my name is Wild Lee from Wild Lee Tarot, and here is your Moonday message for the week beginning September 6th, 2020. I'm showing up here a day early because that's what feels right. And so here we are. I hope that this message serves and that it contains some magic for you. I'm really excited about the cards that have come to join us this week. There is this, there's this buzz of excitement that I'm feeling in looking at these cards and the possibilities that are available for us energetically as a collective. The first card that came to support us this week, we have the Hanged Man. And this card is, again, sometimes a little misunderstood, like the Death card that we had recently. The Hanged Man, I've come to learn through many years and also through my teacher Lindsay Mack of Wild Soul Tarot, that this is the card and the space where the dying actually happens. You know, this is the card right before the Death card. This is the time of transition. It's the time of letting go, of letting the things that are no longer in alignment with who we are, letting them go, letting them die, letting them become the compost that will refuel the rebirthing that is happening. And so in relation to this reading for the collective, we have this energy present of we can let it all go this week. There is this potentiality for all of us to just open our hands and let go of the reins, let go of control, let go of all of our expectations, all of the have-tos, all of the I ought to be. We can truly open our hands and let go of that need for control this week. I know this week is really potent for a lot of people who have chosen to have children, and our children cannot go back to school in the coming weeks the ways that we are used to. There are a lot of preferences that are not going to be able to be met this fall. And the sense that I'm getting is that there might have still been some reticent hoping and holding on to and clinging to this idea that normalcy will return, will change seasons, things will come back online. And the truth is that they just are not. They're not coming back online the way that they were. Who knows when that will happen? We as individuals, as small, tiny pinpoints of consciousness in this great collective, can't mastermind what's happening in that greater collective. You know, we can't individually control what these systems will put into place that we collectively have co-created with regards to our governmental systems and our healthcare systems and our school systems. And we're in this space of paradigm shift where what was is no longer in alignment and is crumbling. We're in the space of a global crisis with mass extinction, with the heating up of the planet, with change in weather patterns. Like everything is shifting and in this space of what feels like graceful chaos. And so we have an opportunity, like I'm just feeling this buzz even touching into this. We have this opportunity to just let go of the mind and the ego's desire to control and let that die. Let that die, let that go. Still being present, still being awake and aware, still doing our work, still motivating and putting energy, funds into different activism or reparation work, still doing our internal work, That's not the kind of control that I'm suggesting we let go of. That's all internal and making our choices. We always have that power, the power of free choice and free will. I'm talking about this overarching need to control that has been gifted to us, has been indoctrinated within us, being a part of this culture, American culture, I am referring to in particular. There is this sensation of this overarching theme that in order to be happy, we must be in control. We must be productive. We must be successful. We must be this whole litany list of things, all of which aren't really true. Are you alive? Are you awake? Are you breathing? Are you in connection with others? Are you in right relationship with your community and your family and your children and your elders? Like, these are the things that create a healthy and successful life. Are you responsible? Are you getting your needs met? Are you taking care of business, And in a way that is supportive to your nervous system, to your family, to your people? Are you doing all of these things while also considering the needs of others? There's this interesting conundrum in our culture that says our needs are more important, and so we take without investing in the reciprocity that's actually present in Mother Nature and in the world around us. And this is what I'm feeling this week in the Hanged Man card, that all of these things, if we allow them to bubble up, are available for release, that we can just, oh yeah, those things aren't me. Those beliefs aren't mine. I'm willing to let them go. I'm willing to let them go. And the cards that came to support are 2 swords cards. So these cards of action, of moving forward. In my deck, these are the cards of fire, of moving in a really hot way. And the first one is the 9 of Swords. The 9 getting close to the end of the cycle. We're getting close to the end of a particular pattern collectively. This card in particular for me is a card of bittersweetness, of really taking the time to look at the things that we are taking down from our wall, that we're taking down from the structures we have placed around us, our container. So that would be our belief systems, our relationships, our work. Each of these swords in the card represents one of these ways in which we have identified ourselves, one of these ways in which we have become attached to things outside of our own internal landscape. And the 9 offers us the time and space to really review and look at each of those things and choose, which ones am I going to keep up in my background? Which sword am I going to keep up and allow to continue to influence me, allow to continue to speak to and color and flavor my actions and my reactions, right? This week is offering us a time to really look at what we believe, what we think, what we feel. And if there are things in place that do not resonate with us, we can pluck them out and lay them on the ground, lay them to rest, and create space for something new. It's a really potent card to feel in relation with the energy of the Hanged Man, or the Hanged One, rather. I would like to work on non-gendering these cards as we move forward, sharing space together in this way. And then the third card that is supporting this whole transitional shift this week, we have the 3 of Swords. And as you can see, this card depicts disharmony, miscommunication. I've also recently heard the the idea that it represents the wounding of the heart. And so if we push these two systems of thought together, the Three of Swords, what I'm feeling with the Hanged Man here, Hanged One, is that it's an opportunity to look at the stories and wounds that we have carried forward that really aren't true, that maybe we've held on to it for a really long time. And now we have the spaciousness to revisit these old wounds and these old stories from a lens of compassion, from a lens of knowing that we only knew what we knew at that time, and the person who may have harmed us only knew what they knew at that time. And we can offer ourselves the gift of forgiveness, whether it's for ourselves, whether it's for another, whether it's for a system. We can offer ourselves the balm of forgiveness. And this doesn't mean that reparations don't happen. This doesn't mean that we don't speak up for ourselves or take right action to come into right relation. It simply means that we can allow the charge and heaviness to release from the body. We can still do the internal review, we can still have the awkward conversations, but we don't have to hold on. We don't have to hold on to those feelings that might be dampening our ability to find the places of joy in our lives and the places of ease. Yeah. Whew. This is a week that I personally feel a lot of excitement about. I feel a lot of juice moving through my body at the possibilities that are in place for all of us this week. And the animal ally that came forward to support is Sweet Bear. And the message that I'm receiving from this card, which is one that I haven't had before, which I'm enjoying, is that bear takes only what they need with them into hibernation. You know, I can feel in my bones that we are getting much closer to the equinox. I can feel my rhythms shifting, which has been such a gift in the times of COVID, in which I was forced for some time to unplug and really get back into my body. And so feeling that shift and feeling that invitation from Bear, that now is the time to nourish, now is the time to prepare ourselves as we begin the slow march into winter here in North America. And that we only take with us what we need. We only take with us what we need. We don't need to stockpile things. We don't need to bring toxic or negative emotions, people, work, relationship stresses. We don't need to harbor those and take them into our season of rest. We can use this week to tie up loose ends, to let those things go, to come into clear internal alignment as we move into our season of slowing down and being present with that slowdown, even as external circumstances begin to ramp up externally with regards to our political climate and so forth. Yeah, that's the message, is a deeper layer and a deeper level of internal review, and allowing it to be a breath of release, that it doesn't have to be heavy, it can simply be a letting go. That's the message for all of us this week. I hope that it serves, and I will see you next Moonday.